Hey YouTube, this is ILuvBoysInDresses, bringing you the fourth part of the dramatic reading of Heavy Sexual Escapades by the Black Fool. So part 4 is, it's the holiday special. So, yeah, it's a little bit off time, but I do one of these a week, and I just happened to start after Christmas, so, you know, we're not gonna run into the Christmas holiday. I put air quotes on that. But, yeah. So this is not at the certain time of year that it should be written, but whatever. I'm feeling a little out of it today, sorry. I'm a day late with these. I generally do one every Thursday, but yesterday was just bad, so I'm doing one Friday. And yeah, next week's will be on Thursday, so no worries there. Alright, so here we go with part 4. Heavy Sexual Escapades. Chapter 4. Holiday Special. Author's Note. Happy December, everybody. I haven't updated this train wreck in a time period, so I figured I'd celebrate not school with a special Decemberween issue of Heavy Sexual Escapades. Happy holidays, guys. Have a safe vacation. Personally, I'm pagan, borderline atheist, but I'm celebrating Christmas with my family. A crispy biscuit, baby Jesus, corn-a-bloody copia of Christmas cheer. Sorry if the chapter is weird and jumpy. It was written as a series of shorts, but I got bored and strung them together for a more OMG, WTF, BBQ, LOL reaction from my readers. Heavy Special. A very sexy Decemberween. It was probably winter at the Red Fort, and no one really gave a crap about it. Well, no one except for Heavy and Demo. Once a day, they came bursting into the rec room, booze and hookers in hand. Everyone, it's Decemberween, and we celebrate, da? Announced Heavy, who sounded more Russian than usual. Demo vomited for good measure. The room was abuzz with holiday spirit all of a sudden. There was much fucking about the room, and shots of liquor were being downed by the second. Scout had managed to peel out a floor tile and was drunkenly throwing it back and forth between himself and Sniper. Pyro had produced a shitload of LSD from somewhere, and locked herself in a closet in order to be spiritually reborn somehow. Medic had given himself large amounts of morphine injections and was having sex with a potted plant, while Engineer threw coins at him and cheered. Heavy used the invisible woman as a condom and began having an orgy with the hookers in Demo. Also, Gordon Freeman showed up for the first time in the whole story and did nothing significant, then left unnoticed. Spy had way too much dignity to succumb to the weirdness of the party, so he was being sexy and mysterious elsewhere, surrounded by attractive women and expensive wine. Soldier was forlorn after not being invited to the party. For some reason, this hurt him more than all his years of experience in the war, the Holocaust, the piercing sting of a bullet through his sternum, and the horrible guilt brought on by the existence of Michael Bay combined. The sorrow was so great, he hung himself and died, only to be respawned seconds later. Mostly everyone awoke a couple of weeks later from their drunken rampage, except for Pyro, who had suffocated in the closet and was in a coma. Fortunately for Spy, no one cared. Luckily for everyone, the original hype about Decemberween was a misconception, and they all regained consciousness on the 25th of December exactly. Stupid coincidence? I think yes. Everyone in the fort had holiday gifts waiting for them, except for Soldier because he's a little bitch. Once again, everyone was overjoyed, and Soldier drew out a ridiculous crime scene in his private quarters and stared at it sullenly for a couple hours. 'Twas a fruitful Decemberween at Red Fort, and Spy and Heavy had acquired a fair amount of video games, though none for the PS3, which honestly wasn't that big of a surprise to them. Nevertheless, they were tittering with excitement. Later in the evening, the two popped in a copy of Mario 64 and began to play. Then all of a sudden, the lights went out, and everything got very caps-locky! "Hey, what's this?" inquired Demo, who was roused from his drunken stupor. Scout rushed over to the window at the back of the rec room. "Oh, crap!" Scout exclaimed. "It's the Al Dente brothers! And they have meatballs!" Everyone in the room gasped and ducked behind furniture as meatballs were falling like hail through the windows. "I've got to stop them from destroying my home," muttered Heavy, and he stood up heroically. Brandishing his minigun, Spy gazed up at him. "Don't do it, Heavy! Don't be a hero!" shouted Spy, fighting tears. Heavy looked down upon him, his eyes soft. Heavy gave a final wink before dashing over to the window and unleashing a storm of bullets onto the mafia below. Then the unthinkable happened. Heavy was struck in the head by a meatball. He whirled around and fell to the linoleum floor, dying for some reason. Medic scampered over to him with his medigun, trying his very hardest to heal the fallen Heavy. Alas, he did not prevail. Heavy died on the floor that night in a pool of marinara sauce. A Viking funeral was held for him in the Dust Bowl. But they couldn't find an open expanse of water, so they tied his body to a train and set it on fire. "Good night, sweet prince. In me flights of whiny 11-year-old noobs rage quit thee to thy rest," sighed Demo Man, clutching his hat to his chest. and the red team was silent. The end.
Cut off prevention!